No deep frying needed. You can still get crispy skin and juicy pork belly using just an air fryer. Hi everyone, I'm Tracy. If you've ever had trouble getting pork belly skin nice and crispy, then today's video is definitely for you. I'll show you a simple way to cook pork belly so the skin turns perfectly crispy while the inside stays tender and full of flavor using an air fryer. Stay with me to find out where the secret lies. First, choose a fresh piece of pork belly, about 1 kilogram, which is around 2.2 pounds. Keep it whole and do not cut it into smaller pieces. Then use paper towels to pat the meat dry so the seasoning can stick better and help create a crispy texture. If your pork belly is a bit thick, use a knife to make a few shallow cuts on the meat side. Follow the way I'm doing it. This helps the heat distribute more evenly and allows the meat to cook through properly while letting the flavors absorb deeper during cooking. Once that's done, it's time to season. Prepare a clean bowl and add 1 teaspoon of salt to enhance the flavor, 1 teaspoon of black pepper to bring out a more aromatic and bold taste. Next, add 1 teaspoon of paprika for color and a mild heat, and 1 teaspoon of Italian herbs to boost the aroma and overall flavor. Mix everything well. Then use your hands to gently rub the seasoning onto the meat, making sure all parts are evenly coated. Focus on the meat side and avoid rubbing it onto the skin. Once the seasoning has been absorbed, add 4 cloves of minced garlic and rub it in one more time to make the meat more fragrant and flavorful. After seasoning, let the pork rest for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, prepare the baking setup by laying a sheet of aluminum foil on the table, then place another sheet on top in a cross shape, just like I'm doing. The foil helps make cleanup easier, and it also helps hold the shape and keep everything in place during cooking. Next, place a piece of parchment paper on top to prevent the meat from sticking. Now, drizzle a little olive oil onto the surface and spread it evenly. Then add a few sprigs of rosemary and thyme. These herbs will gently infuse into the pork, creating a warm and aromatic flavor as it cooks, making the dish even more appealing. The next step is the most important for achieving crispy skin. Use a sharp knife or a few skewers to carefully poke small holes all over the skin. Try to make as many small holes as possible, but don't cut too deep into the meat. The more holes you make, the more fat can escape during cooking. This helps the skin dry out and become crispy instead of chewy. After poking small holes all over the skin, squeeze a little fresh lemon juice onto the surface. Then gently rub it in. The lemon juice helps clean the surface and slightly tightens the skin, helping it become crispier during cooking. It also helps remove any remaining moisture that could prevent the skin from crisping. Next, take about 100 grams of coarse salt and sprinkle it evenly over the skin. It may seem like a lot, but don't worry, the salt is not used to season the meat directly. Instead, it works by drawing moisture out of the skin, making it drier and helping create a lighter, crispier texture. Now, place the pork onto the prepared baking setup. Then gently shape the parchment paper and foil around the pork to form a simple tray or mold. This helps keep everything in place and prevents the juices from spreading too much during cooking. Once you have created a firm and secure setup, it's time to begin the first cooking step. Place the pork belly into the air fryer and set the temperature to 130 degrees Celsius, which is 266 degrees Fahrenheit. Cook for about 30 minutes. This step should be done gently and slowly, allowing the heat to gradually melt some of the fat beneath the skin. During cooking, the coarse salt on the surface will continue to draw out moisture, helping the skin dry out even more. This is an important step for achieving that crispy crackling later on. After 30 minutes, carefully remove the pork from the air fryer. You will notice that the salt layer has hardened slightly. Gently remove and discard all of the salt from the surface of the skin. At this point, the skin will look drier and firmer than before. Now it's time to turn that skin perfectly crispy by lightly brushing a thin layer of olive oil over the surface. This helps the heat distribute more evenly and gives the skin a beautiful golden color as it cooks. Then place it back into the air fryer and increase the temperature to 200 degrees Celsius, which is 392 degrees Fahrenheit, and cook for another 30 minutes. During this stage, the skin will begin to puff up and turn golden brown. You may even hear a light crackling sound as the fat continues to melt and the surface dries out. After this step, the skin will be crispy, while the inside remains soft and juicy. The fat will have rendered, leaving the meat tender and full of flavor. Once the pork belly is cooked, take it out of the air fryer and let it rest for about 5 minutes. This step is very important, as it allows the juices inside the meat to settle and redistribute, keeping every piece moist and full of flavor. After resting, you'll see the skin has turned evenly crispy, while the meat inside remains tender and juicy. You might not believe you made such a delicious and crispy piece of pork yourself, right? Now it's time to enjoy your result. Slice it into bite-sized pieces. As you cut, you'll clearly notice that amazing crispy skin, while the inside stays soft, juicy, and flavorful. The aroma is warm and inviting, with a rich, slightly buttery taste from the rendered fat and herbs. Take a bite. The crispy skin combined with the rich seasoning and the tender, juicy meat is simply wonderful. You can enjoy this dish on its own, or serve it with fresh vegetables, pickles, or a simple salad to balance the richness. No matter how you serve it, this is a dish that's sure to impress and worth trying at home. And that's the secret to making crispy pork belly in an air fryer. The steps are simple, easy to follow, and the result is truly delicious. You'll get perfectly crispy skin on the outside and tender, juicy meat on the inside without needing to deep fry. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more simple and practical cooking ideas. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.